Good morning, good morning, my wonderful people. We are here once again, and we are super excited to have you as part of the show. As usual, we keep reminding everyone that you are a stakeholder in what we are doing. So don't sit there and say, "Oh no, one ending me and Ninas." But when it was our mandate, what is that P2B's mandate? Everybody showed up with what?
Obedience. Mm.
Obedient mandate. Everybody showed up in in high spirit and high force and all kinds of stuff, pushing for the so-called mandate. The thing that we knew wasn't gonna save you. The stuff that we knew was already rigged before the due date. You were seeing PVCs all over the bushes, all over the gutter, and you still went. And then when it comes to the one thing that will help you, so who naming us? Continue to do it over there. Who naming us?
It's so crazy how people like run and push something that is wrong with so much energy. Only Melania here. How does this happen?
My
You see
dear.
something that is wrong, you just put all your mind on your head and
Ihe akwa ndị intelligentsia,
ah,
the people that other people listen to and follow.
that's how professors are going to vote in a online referendum. Professors that should lead our people.
Oh, okay. We will not digress.
No, we will
You
not.
guys are too much. But we love you all. We love
We
our
love
people.
you.
That's the reason why God put us in the midst of Ndara. So we are okay. We're okay. We're going to take care of our Ndara. We'll get cloth and cover you guys. As mothers, as sisters, as daughters, we will cover your nakedness. We will cover your
Yes.
naked. That's our duty. And we are going to wear with honor. So thank you for joining us. I don't want to waste time today. Today is February the 3rd of 2024. We are in a different month. As usual, continue to help us to share, hit the like button. Even during the show, as we are watching, periodically hit the like button. It helps to, alter their algorithms so that other people can see what we're doing. But regardless, work is going. Please, once again, I want to give a hand of applause to our people going to the classroom and using blackboard and chalk and putting things on the board. We thank you. We thank you. This is what we've been asking for. Thank you, our brothers and sisters in riverine areas. We thank everyone that is working, tirelessly to ensure that our people understand what we need to do to get to our destination. So let me stop talking because we still have to share and allow my sister to introduce herself.
Yes. Thank you so much, my sister. Thank you, our viewers, the early birds, and those coming for the first time. We appreciate you. Please, my sister will pull up a video so that as we share, it will be going. My name is Ekwi Eputasunamadi Begi, and live in Lexington, Kentucky. It feels good to go from back of the world to civilization. We will tell our people that things are not okay. They keep arguing, arguing. What are you arguing? What are you defending? Something that is broken. Do you defend failure? What are you doing? So please continue to help us to share. Esther will play this video as we go on. Thank you.
Extraordinary alert. A few days ago, this is June 2023. A few days ago, this fellow that was governor in Kaduna, what's his name again? Nasir El Rufai, was caught on video addressing some Muslim clerics. And then he was telling them about the victory they have now achieved over the rest of Nigeria. That will now be an Islamic, state, some kind of, that they has done it in Kaduna. They've now replicated it at the center. And by the time everybody does their first 8 years and another 8 years, that they have taken over. Well, for those who do not understand what game is being played. Ninas will explain it to you now. El Rufai was talking about Islam because he wants to deceive you who do not know. What he was celebrating with his confederates is basically the success of the conquest agenda of the Fulani, that the Fulani now own Nigeria, and that nothing anybody can do. That was why he probably did not plan to make it something everybody should hear. But in these days of technology, somebody recorded him, and the whole world now knows. That is a confirmation of the suspicion, our charge, which has been in the realm of allegation, conjecture in the minds of those who have not paid sufficient attention. But we who have gone to research how we came about this union of death, this union of master and servant, this constitution of slave and slave master, unitary constitution of Nigeria. We have traced the emergence of that unitary constitution, that constitution of master and servant, that constitution that makes Nigeria the exclusive possession, the exclusive property of the Fulani. We traced it back to 1960. The battle script of Ahmadu Bello, the mission statement of Ahmadu Bello in October 1960. While the rest of Nigeria was drinking champagne for what was labeled independence, Ahmadu Bello was celebrating something entirely different with his lieutenants. And he told them that the new nation called Nigeria should be an estate of our great-grandfather Uthman Danfodio. We must ruthlessly prevent a change of power. We use the minorities of the North as willing tools and the South as a conquered territory, and never allow them to rule over us and never allow them to have control over their future. This was reported in Parrot newspaper of 12th October 1960. Now, this battle script by Ahmadu Bello brings us to two things. We go to the map of Nigeria. The MNN was the precursor to Ninas. The map of Nigeria that puts Nigeria in the four compartments of its natural fault lines. The upper part, that is the Sharia belt in green. The purple you see is the middle belt, and that middle belt includes southern Kaduna, southern Borno, and all the Christian fringes of those 12 states that went to do Sharia in year 2000 simultaneously. So let's be clear that that middle belt does not respect the southern boundaries of those 12 states. The Christian communities from Chibok all the way to Zuru in Kebbi, from the east to west of the line is drawn by the reality of who is on ground, not what Nigeria did by decree. And so you come down south, you see the blue block is the Yoruba, that includes Yoruba of Kwara, Yoruba of Kogi, and part of Edo, if they may go to play the side to determine. And then the balance of what you have is the lower Niger, that's the former eastern region and the former midwestern region together. But even as it is brown on as you see, there's a map that delineates the ethnic constitution of that lower Niger, that's eastern half of southern Nigeria. So we're trying to bring you to see what Ahmadu Bello was talking about in that battle script. So you have seen this map now. That's the first thing that comes. So you begin to imagine the processes in keeping with that instruction, that mission statement, that vision of the Ahmadu Bello. The ruthlessness you saw in that battle script was what attended to the quarrel with Eastern Nigeria between 1966 and 1970. Those nearly over 3.5 million, by Gowon's account, he said they had to kill 5 million people to preserve Nigeria. That was Gowon's figure. We say no less than 3.5 million got killed, of which no less than 2 million were children who were deliberately starved to death. You saw the video from Red Cross just the other day. And so it was that ruthlessness that Ahmadu Bello dictated in that battle script of 1960 that attended to that what should have been a civil war. But General Philip Effiong's son just released a book in which he said, a book entitled An Uncivil War. The war was not any kind of civil war. It was a war between countries. You say there was a country called Biafra at the time, which was the eastern region that had to pull away when genocide was launched against it, and the rest of Nigeria. Of course, there are renegades in the coastal side of eastern Nigeria that eventually went with them. Anyway, we come back to the question of ruthlessly preventing a change of power. Kill whoever you have to kill. Seize all their assets. Don't ever let them recover. Don't stop. That's what that means. You come down to the using the willing tools of the North, the minorities of the North as willing tools. Back to our map. Look at the people that did the killings on behalf of that caliphate. You see Gowon, you see Danduma, you see Jeremiah Husseini, you see David Mark, and the whole number of them. On that map, 80% of the killings that had to be done, they presided over it. And that's how they could come to the victory charter. At the close of proceedings in 1970, everybody had been beaten down. Oh yes, let's kill the Igbo and their neighbors. And so the victory charter from that war was what became constitution between 1975 and 1979. Now look at who processed that constitution for them. Yes, Murtala Mohammed commissioned it, Kano, but he died in February of 1976, and so his second in command, Olusegun Obasanjo, took charge and then executed what will become the permanence. The Ahmadu Bello meant that this situation in which the Fulani will prevail and own Nigeria must be permanent. So the constitution, the unitary constitution that was imposed as victory charter from that war of 67 to 70, the so-called Biafran War, is the mechanism by which the victory was made permanent. So their victory was codified, and it was a member of the slave South, a member of the conquered territory, because if you are conquered, you are a slave. So Obasanjo essentially was the head slave who had to do for the master what the master wanted. And so Obasanjo presided over the processing of that victory charter into constitution that became 1979 constitution. And it was the same Obasanjo that caliphate found to bring out from prison in 1999 to reinforce and reinstate that 1979 constitution. That is where we are. It is that victory of having that Ahmadu Bello's vision transformed into reality imposed, all our assets are gone. The oil and gas of Niger Delta is taken by that constitution. The ports of Lagos, the ports of Port Harcourt, taken by that constitution. The bitumen of Ondo, taken by that constitution. The limestone of Benue, for which Dangote has become richest, Africa's richest man, taken by that constitution. The right to build your infrastructure, railway, road, everything, taken by that constitution. All the institutions, all the armed forces today, controlled by those same set of people. And so, what El Rufai, in case you did not understand, I want you to understand that El Rufai is saying to all of us that that vision of Ahmadu Bello that has been, operationalized by way of the constitution that codifies their stranglehold, their victory over all of us, has now been completed. And the ethnic cleansing we see, the Fulani invasion that is going on, is happening within the context of that conquest that has now to be finalized by the elimination of the future claims. The ethnic cleansing, the killings happening in southern Kaduna, killings happening in Plateau, killings happening in Nasarawa, Benue is coming to Port Harcourt. It will sweep eastern Nigeria. It's not going to leave Yoruba out. If anybody is stupid enough to think that Yoruba will be treated differently, sorry for you. Go and ask about Afonja and what happened to Ilorin. They are not going to leave anybody. So El Rufai is telling us in triumphant arrogance, he is now boasting that they have conquered and they are going to just take it. What can any of you do? The reason he is able to do that is that constitution that is the victory, the codification of their victory is still prevailing.
Yep.
The only reason that constitution is still prevailing is that all of you are going to election every 4 years, pretending to be doing a democracy on the basis of a constitution of master and servant that puts you as servant, that take your assets, that put all the guns in the hands of those who took your assets to order you around, those who control the electoral machinery, because that constitution has 68 items on the exclusive list. Everything on that list is controlled by Fulani. Whereas
everything on that list is controlled by the Fulanis. And as long as we remain docile, complacent, prayerful, because some people will say, let's go and Holy Ghost fire them out of this space. As long as we continue to run in circles, they will continue to exert their power over us. And in a manner that we will not like, in a manner that will hurt everyone involved. In a manner where when you wake up today to go buy a bag of rice, when you go to pick it up, there's another $9,000 on top of it, or Naira on top of it. And we're telling you that you don't have to live like that. There is no reason for you to live like that. There's no reason for you to continue in that manner. You have a strategy that can end all of this. If you have the energy to put into a mandate that you saw life, all your PVCs were in the trash, in the gutter, in the backyard, in the ground, everywhere, and you still push through. If you cannot push through this project, then you deserve to perish. You deserve to buy rice for 1 million Naira a bag. You deserve for your Naira. It's 15. I called somebody last week. He's telling me that Naira is, and this is someone selling money. He said you can get one, did he say no, 1,500 and something. Can you imagine? So that means everything is going for a nosedive. Are you waiting for Nigeria to happen to you before you join the league of people that want peace for that geographical space? Are you waiting to perish before you do the right thing? Mothers and fathers, what are you waiting for to live a sustainable future for your children? What are you exactly waiting for? You've tried your churches. You build churches everywhere and remove all the industries. You fasted and prayed. You went to, what is that thing the Yoruba churches used to schedule every December? Shiloh. You have Shiloh'd and Shiloh'd for years, praying continuously, fasting. If you get a 2-year-old in Nigeria now, they will, by the time they finish praying and prophesying for you, man, you will think you have gone to heaven. And yet, hunger is catching everyone.